Hey y'all. So for this discussion, we kind of went into business intelligence versus reporting. And I felt that one of the more interesting areas was by Jason Todd, who had said something along the lines of things going towards more virtual aspect rather than physical, like um, access badges or IDs and music moving from physical to virtual. Um, I'd say that I'd have to agree with him on this. I do have some experience in it with myself. Currently, my place of employment still has physical ID badges. However, we're moving in the direction of becoming more virtual. We finally just got our own app for the employees, which I think is pretty cool. So we're moving in the right direction. I think that the next step would be to have the employees move from having physical identification cards or access fobs to the building um, to having a barcode or something along those lines in order to get in. And you just scan it through whatever reader that we'd get along with it. Um, I think that many businesses are starting to utilize this tool for a lot of safety reasons as well. I know my daughter's school has actually done something like this for parents. So they have their own app that parents download. Um, and then you're given a code specifically for you and your child. So that number is their registration number. It's their basically identification at that school. So that when you go and pick up your child, um, you place the ID under a scanner that allow access to the building, and then that either checks the child in the morning or checks the child out at night when you come and pick them up. Um, and I also travel a lot for work. So I found most recently that Southwest Airlines has created something virtual with their boarding passes and checking bags into flights. So you walk in and go to a kiosk rather than a human, and you're able to scan a barcode and print out a physical boarding pass, or you can keep the one that's already on your phone if you do have the app. And then from there, the kiosk, you can check your bags for the flight, and then a tag is printed right from the kiosk that gets placed on your bag, and then you just walk it up to the counter, you place it on the scale, somebody will come check your ID and make sure that everything's okay to go, and then you're done. They'll take the bag from there. So I think it actually really makes it a lot easier and less of a hassle to wait in line for this too. Um, Another thing that Jason kind of talked about was music moving from physical to virtual form. And I think that everyone can really agree on this. I'm not sure that anybody really buys CDs anymore. I know that I don't. I know that I've been accessing music online for quite some time, either through like iTunes or other forms. And I think that in due time, they'll probably stop making actual copies, and artists will only release their albums on those music sites too. Um, I feel like this chapter as a whole can be a real eye opener for businesses and their decisions. It really shows you where technology stands as a whole and how things can be reported, but just by just clicks of buttons and scanners reading barcodes, and you can see who's accessing things and who's not, and where your business is kind of headed. So I felt like this chapter was super interesting. Kind of can't wait to continue reading about this stuff. But other than that, hope everyone had a great holiday weekend.